Hi everyone, I'm David Wojcik and this is MBOT TV. Stories we covered this week: Premier Doug Ford opens up in a fireside chat with the Mississauga Board of Trade. MBOT releases a report with recommendations on increasing awareness and training on skilled trades in secondary schools. Ontario cuts WSIB premiums and rewards safe employers, and Pearson Airport and the GTAA announced the new CEO, who will replace retiring Howard Ng. Welcome to MBOT TV, a weekly recap of what happened in business at the Mississauga Board of Trade and around the city of Mississauga. Let's dive in. Premier Doug Ford was in Mississauga last week and sat down with MBOT Chair Jim Molyneux and myself for a rare fireside chat. During the session, we presented the Premier with an MBOT report with recommendations on increasing awareness on skilled trades in secondary schools. So our Vice President of Government Relations, Brad Butt, worked very hard with our Human Resources Committee, and they authored this report, which we are announcing today, on recommendations for the skilled trades in the secondary school system. So we wanted to present you with this report. We will be presenting it to Minister McNaughton when he visits with us in January.
So getting more apprenticeships out there. So once we focused on the trades, because 1 in 5 people are going to be working in the trades by 2025. I hear the exact same thing from our great friends in Leuna and the carpenters and other trade organizations, that we don't have enough people. And you look at the infrastructure projects the government's putting forward and the transit projects, that's not mentioning all the private development that's happening as well out there. So we've increased the apprenticeships, this is great news, by 12% compared to last year across the province. I believe it's up 9% here in Mississauga. You know, at one time, they'd say, you go home 30, 40 years ago, I think every parent wanted their son or daughter to be a doctor, a lawyer, accountant, a trade, or you know, work in one of those big fancy towers downtown on Bay Street. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's great. And trades was a dirty word. Well, my friends, I'll tell you, a lot of the tradespeople are making more than the people in those Bay Street towers. They end up learning a trade and opening and they'll open their own business and be a true entrepreneur.
If you want to stay up to date on current issues affecting business leaders, tune in to Your Business on Saga 960 AM, Fridays at 11 a.m. A 1-hour business show where I interview industry experts on everything from motivating employees to boosting your bottom line. This Friday, we discuss autonomous vehicles, how to get free upgrades to your Windows 10, and more expert advice on developing your corporate social media presence and how to make the most from your hard-earned dollars. You can also listen online at www.saga960am.ca. Still to come is our upcoming events listing with Stephanie Giorgio. But first, here's Brad Butt with our weekly political update. Brad?
Well, thanks, David. Last Friday, the Mississauga Board of Trade released a report on skilled trades in secondary schools and presented a copy of it to Premier Doug Ford. The report makes recommendations to the Ministries of Education and Labour, Training and Skills Development, as well as the business community, on ways to encourage more high school students to consider careers in the skilled trade industries. To visit the full report, please go to mbot.com. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau named a new cabinet on November 20th, but kept some familiar faces in the portfolios of importance to business. Navdeep Bain stays in Innovation, Science and Industry Ministry, and Mary Ng keeps the Small Business and Export Promotion portfolio, but also adds international trade. Bill Morneau stays in Finance, and Mark Garneau in Transport. Chrystia Freeland becomes Deputy Prime Minister with responsibilities for intergovernmental affairs. And Patty Hajdu moves to Health and will steer the very tricky National Pharmacare Program. MBOT looks forward to inviting the federal ministers to address our members in the new year. While the Canadian Chamber of Commerce has released a roadmap to prosperity, which seeks to restore Canada's economic potential and reflects the priorities and concerns of job creators in communities across Canada. Canada's businesses are the front line of the economy, and what affects them affects the economic well-being of every Canadian. There is no path to affordability for all Canadians without business growth to fuel the creation and sustainability of new and better paying jobs. The roadmap focuses on taxation, regulations, trade, small business, connectivity, skills, and pharmacare, and will be shared with all politicians in all political parties. To learn more about the campaign, go to roadmap2prosperity.com. Ontario's Health Minister Christine Elliott announced last week at the University of Toronto, Mississauga, that the province is creating 24 new Ontario health teams, of which Mississauga Health is one of the first. These are a new model of organizing and delivering health care that better connects patients and providers in their communities to improve patient outcomes. Through an Ontario health team, patients will experience easier transitions from one provider to another, including, for example, between hospitals and home care providers, with one patient story, one patient record, and one care plan. Ontario will reward its safest employers with an estimated $140 million for excellence in occupational health and safety as part of its first of a kind in Canada program unveiled recently. The program, supporting Ontario's safe employers, will formally recognize employers who successfully implement health and safety programs in their workplaces. The financial rewards will come in the form of Workplace Safety and Insurance Board rebates over a 3-year period. Quote, "We know that good health and safety practices save lives," said Monty McNaughton, the Minister of Labour, Training and Skills Development. "But they also save money. This program is a reflection of that fact. Our government wants to do everything it can to make workers safer and businesses save money." Well, Minister McNaughton will be addressing MBOT on January the 22nd, and you can order tickets to attend on our website at mbot.com. The Associate Minister of Transportation, Kinga Surma, announced the widening of 18 kilometers of Highway 401 from Mississauga to Milton. The $640 million project will widen the highway from the Credit River in Mississauga to Regional Road 25 in Milton, and includes reconstruction of bridges as well as upgrades to support facilities and features. Construction is underway, and drivers can expect to use the expanded highway by 2022. Mississauga City Council is proposing a new funding model for Peel Police that, if adopted, could shift $69 million in annual policing costs from Mississauga to Brampton taxpayers. The proposal would adjust the funding formula for Peel Regional Police starting in 2020 to an Ontario Provincial Police model, which combines a per household cost and charges based on number and types of calls in the respective cities. Citing numbers from the Ernst & Young analysis that was commissioned by the Region of Peel, Mississauga staff said in a report that an OPP model would save Mississauga taxpayers around $69 million annually. While the Greater Toronto Airports Authority has announced its new CEO will be Deborah Flint, the current CEO of Los Angeles World Airports, effective April 1st, 2020. Deborah is well known and respected among international airports, having run Los Angeles World Airports for the last 4 years and having been in the aviation sector for 24 years. And Deborah was born in Hamilton, Ontario, so talent coming back home to Canada. Congratulations, and MBOT looks forward to continuing to work with the GTAA in the future, and Toronto Pearson Airport is a crucial part of Mississauga's diverse economy. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brad. And now for our upcoming events listing with Stephanie Giorgio. Stephanie.
Thanks, David. And here's what's coming up at your Mississauga Board of Trade.
On December 11th,
At the Mississauga Convention Center, join us for the Chair's Lunch as we say thank you to our 2019 Mississauga Board of Trade Chair, Jim Molyneux. Following the Chair's Lunch, we will have our annual general meeting where we will introduce the 2020 Board of Directors.
Back to you, David.
Thanks, Stephanie. If you have any questions about how to register for an event, increase awareness for your business, or have your company featured on MBOT TV, contact your membership services manager by calling 905-273-6151 and press 0 to get connected. Details about these stories and events are available at www.mbot.com. Until next week, this is David Wojcik wishing you continued success in your business.